Hello, welcome back to Foos Entertainment for my review of 2015's Furious 7, which is part of my 8-film 4K Fast and Furious collection. Alright, Furious 7. Still might be my favorite, but definitely one of them. Well, there's some people that have subscribed to my channel that may think otherwise. But, as I did mention in the last review, I was born and raised in America, but I'm not as obsessively American as there people might think. So I have a big appreciation for Part 6 throughout 8. As well as Hobbs and Shaw. I think they're better than the first 5 films. And the fact that they stretch out a little bit and explore the rest of the world and really integrate that with the villains and with the atmosphere and stuff like that. It just makes it for a far more interesting ride with the Fast and Furious films. Well, I did not see Furious 7 in theaters. Wish I had, because I think this is a pretty insane one. I love the idea of having Jason Statham as the villain. Although he wasn't the villain for long in these movies, he was only the villain in this film. But it was nice to have him as the villain, because he really never plays bad guys. So it was really nice to see him still doing what Statham does best, which is being a legit British action star, but put on a different skin as the villain instead of the protagonist, which I thought was interesting. The stunts are crazy in this one. A lot crazier. It seems like with each one of these movies, the stunts get more intensified. I do agree, though, that Furious 6 is a step down from 5. It's still a fun movie, but this is definitely a step up from 5 when it comes to Furious 7, for sure. At least in my opinion. Alright, well, the plot of the movie. This film, actually in the timeline, takes place after the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. In terms of continuity and categorical order of these films, the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift actually takes place after Furious 6 and before Furious 7. Maybe one day everybody can watch these movies in the right order and actually watch 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, then 3, then 7, 8, and 9, obviously, whenever it comes out. But yeah, that's the correct order. And basically, word makes it back to Dominic Toretto, again played by Vin Diesel, and Brian O'Connor, again played by Paul Walker, unfortunately for the last time, because he did die in a freak accident in the car wreck while filming this movie. And of course, they're all the family that. Actually, to be told, news does not come back. Actually, that Han was killed in Tokyo. What happens actually is Dominic Toretto gets a mysterious phone call from Dr. Shaw, played by Jason Statham. And then a bomb blows up his house, almost killing his entire family. I don't remember the name of their child in this one. Brian and Mia's child's name's Jack, so couldn't remember that now. And meanwhile, all of that's happening. Luke Hobbs got put out of commission, while Deckard Shaw discovers the whereabouts of Dominic Toretto and his crew. and sets out to Tokyo and obviously kills Han. And so after bringing Han back and burying him properly, Toretto and his team keep their eye out for Shaw, who is actually hunting them at this point. Having a near miss and almost getting killed by Shaw, Toretto gets recruited by the CIA and his team to track down a super spy program known as God's Eye. It's a gizmo that can literally track you down no matter where you are in the world in about 1 minute. And then they make a deal. You track down this device, you bring it to us, along with this creator, which is a very hot black British woman by the name of Ramsey, who is a genius hacker. And we'll let you use the God's Eye to track down Shaw so you can get your revenge. And so they get the, or at least think they got the God's Eye. They find out they have to go to Egypt. And this is where things get really crazy. They have to get to the top of the tallest building in Egypt to go ahead and get this device out of a car. Things go terribly wrong, and, well, it becomes a flying car when the brakes don't work, and they have to get the God's Eye out of the car, computer circuitry, so pretty much out of the car's actual insides, and just simply get the device out while you have no brakes, and driving through one building, through another one, and through another one, thousands of feet in the air. I guess the theory that cars can't fly gets proven wrong in this movie. Then they finally get the God's Eye, and they track down Shaw, and Shaw has a surprise. He teamed up with international terrorists who want to use the God's Eye for terrorism. Then they have to recover the God's Eye again in a chicken game with cars and drones at the end of the film. And we have a very big street race with Vin Diesel and Jason Statham, with iron against steel. And Shaw obviously gets taken in and gets put into maximum security prison at the end. And of course, Brian and Mia go their own way as they're expecting their child and drive off into the wind. And we've seen again in the Fast and Furious films. All right, well, quality of the film. HDR-wise and Dolby Vision-wise, you won't be disappointed. I did discover there was lots of very well-defined black levels in this film. Color is very well balanced and takes up a notch with brightness and vivid colors and stuff like that. So if you have a 4K setup, it will definitely make you happy. Definitely does look pretty good on my big-ass screen. The DTS-X audio presentation is pretty much about the same as the last one, Part 6, also known as Furious 6. I would say that it's more stereo and surround-based, but every now and then you'll have some really good balanced overhead effects that play along with things, but it's not consistent. So it's not like, say, Fast 5, to where you had very consistent use of overhead effects. But it is very good. So it's very good looking, and it sounds pretty good. And when it does have DTS-X effects overhead, it's definitely good. I would say this was definitely a very good experience watching it in this new restoration, this new 4K restoration. It definitely was fun. And this one is the last one that never was in 4K in the first place. From this point on, all the films are. There's only 2 left. If you count the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, which I will be counting as part of this Fast and Furious event before I start the DC event, which I will follow as well, and probably do a few reviews of that today as well, because I'm not really all that busy today. I really like this movie. I know that it's looked down on, but I like this one. This film kind of reminds me of every now and then you'll actually have a really good movie to where you have two of the biggest action stars in the business going up against each other. I mean, you either have them teaming up to take on a villain, or you have them going against each other. Going against each other, obviously, would be Universal Soldier with Van Damme and Lundgren, or even Rocky IV with Stallone and Lundgren, or Trilogy of the Grave with Jet Li and Mark Dacascos, and so on. They're just really cool when you actually have two of the biggest action stars battle against each other, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. I like films like this, where you actually do that. And of course, team up ones, of course, being, I forget the name of the freaking movie, but the Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone team up, or Escape Plan, again with Schwarzenegger and Stallone, and so on and so on. It's just, it's really fun to see films like this, for that regard as well. And that's all there is to say about Furious 7. Like it or not like it, it's a good movie. I definitely would recommend it if you're a fan of any of these action stars. And I'll see you guys next time for my review of The Fate of the Furious. Until then.